Hi, I'm Rick. This is Jacob. We're here at Sage Grill in Encinitas. We're going to taste some Zinfandels today from Wine Guerrilla.
Wine Guerrilla. Owner Bruce Patch.
Awesome guy.
Yeah, really nice guy. Came in and actually tasted us on all of his wines. He only does Zinfandel. He does about 9 different Zinfandels, 7 of which are vineyard designate, 5 are old vine, which means that the vines have been around for over 100 years.
On a side note, he's going to have 12 wines on the next vintage, on the 2010 vintage.
Okay. So all Zinfandel, I imagine.
All Zinfandel.
And the reason behind that is it's his favorite wine to drink, and also his winemaker, David Cafaro, he feels that he does Zinfandel the best. David Cafaro has been in Dry Creek, Sonoma for over 30 years making wines. Bruce was actually in the music industry, record industry for a long time, and the bottom kind of fell out. And so he and his girlfriend decided to move to Sonoma, and he befriended a bunch of winemakers there and started brokering wine for them. And then finally came up with his own label, and they all allowed him. And so he started working with David Cafaro, making Zinfandels. And obviously his marketing tactics are with the label. They're all beautiful labels. It's actually his girlfriend's son who paints all the labels. His name's Sean Coughlin, I believe. And they're all, done as half-naked women as a muse. So interesting.
We all need our muses.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first wine is just their workhorse. It's the Sonoma County Zinfandel. They kind of source the fruit from all over Sonoma.
Wine Guerrilla. So on Planet of the Apes, this is their wine.
This is a bright raspberry.
What do we sell this for?
This is $14 a bottle. Great Zinfandel for $14 a bottle.
I believe we're going to sell this by the glass for $8 a glass.
7 or 8, we haven't decided. It'll probably be on our list next week or so.
This is a bright Zin. For those of you watching, Jake and I have different tastes in Zins. Jacob tends to like Zins that are a little more fruity, jammy. I tend to like Zins that are a little more spicy or peppery, bigger in style. And there's no rhyme or reason, obviously, to palates and everything else. And so drink what you like. But I think this is a nice gambit of what he does. Bruce tends to make wines, or through David, make wines that appeal to different tastes and different varietals. Or, excuse me, same varietal. But
and to really showcase what each vineyard is doing and the terroir there.
Exactly.
For example, this wine is at 16.1% alcohol.
It's huge.
But stands up because it really has such dark fruit in it. And it's just a really big, heavy wine.
I think it's pretty hard to find. Thing I liked about Bruce's wines, David's the winemaker, is whether you're talking about the entry level or you're talking about the vineyard designates, they're caliber wines, and to receive a or to get a Zinfandel for $14 of this caliber, I think it's a steal. I really do. It's got a great nose. It's got great balance. It really is a fantastic deal.
It's one of those wines that will go well with food, but it's more of an easy drinking, everyday kind of wine. It's a little desserty, which I like in a Zin. Rick doesn't tend to like that. I like the big, jammy, fruit forward, and a nice, soft, easy finish, which I think the Adel's is a little more like that.
A little softer.
But a lot more substance to it, a lot more structure, a lot more going on with it, to be honest.
But still the terroir comes through. It's amazing that one varietal can produce such a diverse palate and aroma in wines that he does with the same varietal based on the terroir as as well as the winemaking. I mean, when it comes to Wine Guerrilla, the winery, the Dry Creek, the regular Sonoma, excuse me, is like Jake said, is a workhorse. That's why we'll be pouring it by the glass, because the availability is there, and at $14, it's phenomenal. But the other two, as a matter of fact, the rest of his lineup are all extremely small production, literally off of 1, 2, 3, 4 acres of grapes. I believe this Adel's is like 140 or 260
I think
cases.
it's 140 cases of it are actually produced.
And all of his wines fall within that, just a couple hundred cases produced. So it shows you, he's really into just finding a grape in a certain terroir that has a different style that he can make. And I'm just very impressed with all his wines.
So the last wine we'll be tasting,
Some people just walked in the Sage Grill. Here we are.
the last one we'll be tasting is the Forchini Vineyards Old Vines In. So these are, once again, 100-year-old Zinfandel vines. And if you don't know, Zinfandel is the native varietal to California. It's been growing here for over 150 years. It's the first varietal that was ever grown in California.
So, this is more my style. I mean, the Dells had a little vanilla in it, as well as some spice.
This one is just a spice box.
Yeah, and I get actually root beer. I think I combine them, I get a root beer float almost, with the vanilla and the root beer. It's phenomenal.
This is a serious Zinfandel. I mean, this is for the people who really want to have food with their Zinfandel.
This is to me, this is what Zinfandel should be. And
I'm more of this stuff.
Jake likes that. But all his vineyard designates fall within the same price range. So while we're selling this for $14 a bottle, we're selling both these at $33. Again, that has to do with small production as well as the style of the wine. Some phenomenal wines. There's definitely root beer in this wine.
Yeah. And we'll probably be getting some more of his single designate vineyards in. Probably won't be for a little while.
Because he's going to sell out of them all because they're such small
Right.
production. So,
So
anyway,
it's a real up-and-coming winery, up-and-coming wine. You'll probably end up seeing it all over the place, but you can get it here for less money than you can basically anywhere else. You try to get this online from the vineyard, I think it goes for $15 a bottle. At
Plus
Sage,
shipping.
Yeah, plus shipping. So at Sage you can get it for $14.
obviously, he likes us, so he sells it to us cheaper than he sells it to you, so buy it from us. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. You can follow us at sagegrill.com. I'm looking at Jake because he always gives me a hard time. Sagegrill.com, Facebook.com/sagegrill, and Twitter.com/sagegrill. And that's it. I got it right.
You're
And
getting so much better at this. It's ridiculous.
next week
It's great.
he's doing it. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Bye.